feel like a slice of butter melting on top of a big old pile of flapjacks.
Play the victim and you will be the victim.
Very good, Frank. Very impressive. Ultimate punch!
What's up?
What's up?
Oh! You hit the soft part of my belly.
You just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos, motherfucker! How you like me now, huh? You are, because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Ask yourself, why has he got his hat pulled down like that? He's fuck ugly.
Frenches instead. Oh, yeah. Wow. I don't like this.
Power of Christ compels you!
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty.
I offer you a nice egg in this trying time.
Yeah, he's got an egg, you might...
Because of the implication. What's up, everybody? Rowdy Riles back with another rundown. Sorry, I had to open my drink. It's been a while. Just kidding. I did do a stream last week. It was just only on Saturday and not on Thursday. So the Thursday stream, it's been a while. So what's up, everybody? How are you? Welcome to chat. I saw Virgo here. I'm sure she'll pop back in later. Kaiju Kitty. We got Tallulah Lee. Welcome, everybody. I hope you like my new layout. It's still a work in progress, but I was like, I can do better. I can make my channel or my stream look a little bit more professional. And I'm getting there. I'm learning stream elements, getting started with that. So, there's trial and error with everything. I did do a test stream the other day and people were very nice and helpful. So you can see my latest super chat up in there in the corner. I wanted to have an appreciation for people that send super chats, memberships, all that stuff. So whoever does that, that'll stay up there until someone else does it. And then of course we have the latest subscriber count up there as well. So Alan Bethel, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Rowdy Rascals. And just welcome to the live stream, everybody. So first thing I wanted to say is I fucking thought I was getting charged for Enchantress. Because, these Hasbro Marvel Legends waves and not just Marvel Legends, like G.I. Joe, whatever, and you pre-order, they just start hitting and they don't stop hitting. What's up, Cass? How's it going? I got this piece of shit today. What is up, Crusty Old Crow? How are you? I thought I was getting charged for Enchantress, but I was getting charged for Werewolf by Night. And I love the character Werewolf by Night. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love the character. But this figure is so bad. Fortunately, it was only $24.99. I guess because it's such a bad figure, Amazon and Hasbro were like, yeah, we'll lower the price on that one in the wave. Because he only comes with a bath piece. No alternate head, no hands. And the body that he has right here is Jackal. So Jackal is like a figure from 2015, 2016, something crazy like that. It's so old. And they gave him pinless legs. I have my review I filmed. But look at his knee. So his jeans are supposed to be torn, but instead they just gave him a brown knee. This guy's got the right idea. He wore his brown knee. What's up, CJ? I'll be back and forth from here at first. No worries. No worries. I know we all got stuff to do. And I like Jack Russell. I like Werewolf by Night. I like horror Marvel stuff. But this is just such a letdown of a figure. And I was like, oh, cool. Enchantress is coming. And I look and it says Werewolf by Night. And I just fucking knew when I had it in my hands, I was going to be disappointed. And the thing that I don't get is why is there a bicep gap when Jackal doesn't have that? Like the peg was literally starting to stress. And also the shoulder was locked. It's slightly better now, but you hear that click? You hear that? Why does it have that? What's up, Sneaky? How's it going? So I don't want to get too into it because obviously I want people to watch my review. Yeah, the same wave that gives us a horseless Ghost Rider. And really, the BAF is cool. Like Executioner is cool. When I heard that they were doing an Enchantress, I was hoping, and I had seen a prototype leak of Executioner. I was hoping they would do a 2-pack. I was hoping they would do an Enchantress and Executioner 2-pack. And I'd be like, cool, I can get those characters. But instead, Executioner's a BAF wave. He looks not too different from my 5-inch Altered Beast werewolf figure from Jack Pacific. And that's crazy because those figures are like, they're not terrible, but they're not like, you know, quote unquote Marvel Legends quality. But this is not even Marvel Legends quality. This is like a 2015 release in 2025. What is up, Michael Gutierrez? How are you? Welcome, welcome. So yeah, and no alternate head, no hands, no nothing. Like the head sculpt is nice, but I would have liked a neutral Werewolf by Night head sculpt as well. So it's just one of those things. I'm disappointed. I like the character. He was cheaper. Obviously, I do reviews on my channel, and it's like I get some crappy stuff so that other people don't have to, and then usually I end up selling it. But with this guy, the thing that hurts the most about Werewolf by Night is, so we got one from Toy Biz a very long time ago. Yeah, they don't, it depends, Kaiju. Sometimes they really knock it out of the park, and then other times Marvel Legends just does a terrible job, like this one. But we're not going to get another Werewolf by Night. We may get the MCU one when the sequel comes out, because they are working on a sequel special presentation. But we're not going to get another comic book 616 Werewolf by Night unless his popularity just skyrockets and he gets a whole new starring series, etc., etc. They just won't do it. So this is the representation that we're going to have for him on our comic book shelf. And unless you want to get like a Jada Toys Wolfman and alter it or whatever, I'm good, Michael. It's just, you know, just ranting about this piece of crap before we get into the actual show, which we do have some toy news. It's kind of a light week for toys, and it's kind of stuff I don't generally talk about, but there's some hot toys that look pretty cool for other people. Obviously, I'm not going to start buying hot toys. There's no way in hell. I would literally not be able to pay my bills. Right. It's a great figure. Of course, I had to rely on a friend to find it at Walmart because I ain't paying no more than $10 for those figures. Those Jack's Pacifics ones, Jack's Pacific, they're 5-inch, aren't they? But yeah, this guy, stay tuned for my review. Of course, it'll be members first because it's a newer figure. But hopefully I can get Enchantress next week. We'll see. Because that's really the only figure I needed from that wave. That 6-arm Spider-Man looks cool. The Spider God as Spider-Man for Dark Avengers. Hot toys are both shelf and wallet killers. I agree. I want a Marvel Legends figure of Channing Tatum's Gambit. I've heard they're working on a Deadpool Wave 2. We know how long it took for them to get to the No Way Home figures. We just got Electro and Lizard this year. So I'm sure they'll get around to them, whether it be for Doomsday or Secret Wars, probably Secret Wars. But let me, and of course, I also want one of the RDJ Dr. Doom. Yeah, I'm sure they'll make that. Your internet is being a turd to Lily. I totally get it. It is all good. All right, so let me bring up this. We got toy news. Maybe I should move. I'm going to move my face. There we go. I like to have it tidy. Not too, okay, that's better. All right, so of course, shout out to Toy Arc. Toy Arc is my go-to for toy news. They generally have all the news that you would want about the new stuff that's coming out, like the first thing in front and center on my thumbnail. Now, I'm prefacing this with saying I'm not getting any more Mezco Marvel stuff. I was supposed to get Dr. Octopus, but like I may just hop out on the Marvel Mezco stuff just because I have so many Legends. I don't really want to start throwing wrenches in there when it comes to, oh, I have this character, but I need this. I may even get my Moffex Spider-Man. We'll see. By the way, we just hit 3,800 subscribers. So we're less than 200 away from giving away a Mezco Spider-Man. So if you're at all interested in winning one, go check out the giveaway video. You have to comment. I think you have to hashtag Rowdy Rascal in the giveaway video, and then share my channel with your friends. If you know that I'm the vibe that they would like, if they are at all interested in toys, action figures, nerd stuff, because I do movie reviews, I do gaming, I do all that stuff. I'm versatile, as it were. Spread the word. Share my channel. Let's get to 4K before the end of the year. I think, I don't know. We have like a month and a half left. So not even a month and a half. So we shall see. But I do be trying to diversify and bring more content to y'all and just do more stuff. So yeah, hopefully we can get there. All right, we're talking about, this is gonna make me burp. I'm sorry. We are going to be talking about this first of all. 112 Collective, the leader. And all right. So the main thing I want to say is, so you got the Mezco Hulk for 140, right? 140. You get a lot in there. I don't think the price is justified. I think he should be 125, like the deluxe Raiders Indy was 125. That was a good price for that. He comes with that polystone pedestal for the idol from the beginning of Raiders. You got the jacket, the soft goods, you got all the accessories, the whip, 2 whips, the pistols in your hands, mostly for that polystone. It's a bigger chunk of sculpting and not plastic polystone, but it justifies the price. But the leader, all right, first of all, I'm stealing from Dave from Displaying Model Behavior here for a second, because the socket to me scale, he's definitely wearing a sock. The material that they chose for the leader here is it's either a sock or a sweater. What's up, Leia? Welcome. So I'm having seen that texture up close. I hadn't seen it until now like that. Is Hasbro going to have any live streams this month or in December? I don't think so. I think the reveals are pretty much done for this year. I think the last thing that's going to be hitting this year is the X-Men 97 Sentinels. And I'm sure in January they will start ramping up with announcements and stuff again. But yeah, I have the version of the leader on my shelf from Marvel Legends with this exact same outfit. Like, is there a couple differences, slightly less detail? Absolutely. It's on the Pizza Spidey Buck for one, I think. But I don't need this. It's just like, he looks good. Other than the material that they chose for his outfit, he's got some good sculpts, some good details there. There he is, attacking the Hulk with his psychic powers or whatever. You get this gun. So if they had included this, like this thing right here, this, for instance, this railing as part of the display, that'd be cool. That would be like, okay, I see where the price is going here. I see why it's over $100. But they're really not showing that much. They're really not showing that much as far as, oh, look what he can do. Look at the accessories he comes with. I don't know if that's the exact scale. The scale looks fine. I don't have a problem with that. Hulk, but apparently this Hulk is smaller than the Maximum / Marvel Legends Hulk. So that's another thing to think about. And they're just a straight up static neutral pose. And then we get to the real kicker here, because is there another picture? All right, we'll go back to this one. So, we have this chair. I had someone mention to me, now if he had come with this chair, it would have been worth the price. And it's like, yeah, I can see diorama pieces bringing up the price, the paint, the detail, and all that stuff. But these accessories right here, this is what he comes with. 3 extra heads, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 pairs of hands, or 10 interchangeable hands. I can't count. The leader stand with the arm to pose him in the air if you want to. A larger laser gun, a smaller laser gun, his mind control device, and a headset. What's up, Dan? Welcome. Smash like, everybody, by the way, please. Smash the like button for this, for the flexings. And then we get to the price of this sucker right here. Did they say, okay, it's priced at $116 with a release set for summer 20. So it's $116. Now, so my Mezco Morbius I got from Obby at Figure Fight Club. I won a giveaway. But when he came out, he was $85. And arguably the accessories that he comes with, the amount of accessories that he has, it's way more than you're getting with this. He's got the suitcase with the stakes and the serums and all that stuff. It lights up. He's got alternate heads. He's got alternate hands, his stand. So arguably the Morbius is a better deal than this for this. What's up, Bobby? I was just mentioning you. I just said your name about when I won the Mezco Morbius, which was a better value than this leader at $116. See, You hear your name and you show up. That's great. How's it going? But yeah, $116. Like I could see, with everything going on, I could see 99, 99, 95, 99, you know, something like that. But $116. That's too much. And just like that Hulk. All right, let's go. So I want to see, go to Big Bad Toy Store. And he's $122.99. So that's bringing the price up. Big Bad Toy Store, they're ordering from them themselves. So they're putting down the non-refundable deposits probably. I'm sure they have to do it as a bulk order, but I don't know. They mark stuff up. Entertainment Earth has him at $116. So that's normal price, but they will murder you on shipping. Big Bad Toy Store's got the $5 flat rate. But what's Mezco shipping cost? We're gonna do the same thing again. That we did with the Hulk. Well, I appreciate you popping in, Abby. Hey, Virgo, enjoy your dinner, enjoy your family time, have a good rest of the evening. Okay, why is it? How are you, Virgo? I'm glad you came back. What the fuck? All right, let's just do it this way. There, okay, so we'll go here. We'll see how much he is here with shipping. Check out 132. All right, so with shipping from Mezco Toys, he is $30 less than the Mezco Hulk, because the Mezco Hulk with shipping was $160. So if you're wanting to jump into the Mezco Hulk line, you're already looking at almost $300. Honestly. So the price is just not there. The value is just not there. The stuff that you're getting. I'm not hating on Mezco whatsoever. Don't take it that way. I think that Mezco's perfect lane is doing stuff like Conan, Dick Tracy, The Shadow. They do a great Judge Dredd, I'm sure. Like those one-off characters that you don't need every character from the property for. You just need like the hero. If they did a Rocketeer, you know, I'm all over that shit. But we don't specifically need a Mezco version of every Marvel character, especially the side characters, the one-off villains or whatever. You know, we don't need that. I'm gonna be here until like 7 o'clock, Leia. I'll be running for like an hour. So, you know, I use my usual rundown time. Sometimes we run over because we start shooting the shit. But I will be here if you're back before 7-ish. 7, a little bit over 7, a little bit under. We'll see how it goes. I can't see your comments in regular chat, Virgo, but I see on the screen. That's weird. And I'm glad to see, I like the new chat box that I put, because the one that I was using, Streamlabs, that just kind of faded. This, I've got a contained place for all the comments. People can see who's talking on the screen. Whiz the truth, what's up? Or, why is the truth? Sorry. Mezco killing with the Turtles line, all 5 figures. The shredder that they made does not look so good. But the turtles, I would trade my whole Turtles collection for those 4 Mezco turtles. I honestly would. Mezco Blade, yeah, that's a good figure, and that's, you know, I don't have a problem with that. Like, you do Spider-Man, you do the Hulk, you do Thor, you do Captain America, do the heroes, do the Avengers, you know, do some one-off heroes. But when you start getting in nickel and diming and being like, we're gonna do Scorpion, we're gonna do Rhino, we're gonna do all this shit, it's too much. It's too much money. I'm not hating on Mezco. It's just the price, what you get for it sometimes with inflation and all the other factors going in, it's just not there all the time. So that is my opinion on the Mezco leader. I may clip that like I did with the Hulk video and just post that as a separate video. So for people who don't want to watch the whole video and want to see my take on the leader, I think that did pretty well. Trying some new stuff with the channel. I was live for about 12 hours over the last 2 days, but I wasn't on screen. I was running through my playlist of Marvel videos, and I think that was pretty fun. I think there was some good response there. So I'm probably gonna do more stuff like that just to keep the hours up, the content rolling, all that kind of stuff. So if you just want to hear me talking and I'm not doing anything, then you can watch one of those. Hopefully Leader goes on sale. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will, Sneaky. Like, there's no way he's going to remain $116 after he comes out. All right, so I thought this was interesting. Not because I won it. It's 5.5 inches, but this is Boss Fight. You know, they've got their $60 Hellboy figure where you have to pay $20 for his jacket and an extra to Hand of Doom and all that stuff. And this is a 5.5 inch one. What is the price on this? $30, half the price. Oh, honestly, I thought he came with a jacket, but it's interesting. I think that the details on this, let's bring up the other one. Hellboy. It's already up for pre-order. All right, so $60 for this one. And they have more paint details in it and stuff, but about the same amount of accessories. And it's interesting that they would do this with Hellboy. So does that mean that they're planning to do more figures like this? They're planning to do more of these 5.5. So right now, Boss Fight does 3 scales. They do 3.75, which arguably is their best stuff. I don't have any of it, but the amount that they have, the reviews I've seen of it, that's really good. Much like Joy Toy is really great at the 3 1/4. Now they got 5.5 inch, which is this guy. I think they've got some other characters. I think they got like a Conan coming out. I love the Hellboy. I love the Hellboy love. Like, Hellboy's great. Mike Mignola made a great series with Hellboy. But what about Hellman? Hellman! It's a little more stylized, obviously, because of the scale. But you could probably... You may be able to use that head on this figure and just have it... I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that they're making another Hellboy figure so soon. Oh yeah, there's more boss fight stuff. We'll get to that. But yeah, I really do like Hellboy. I'm glad it's getting more love. You know, the only really good comic book representation of Hellboy was like the 1,000 Toys one, and that dude is like, how much is he? Let's go back to Hellboy. $154.99. It's for the jacket, obviously. For the jacket. But this Hellboy is probably the best version you're gonna get, but I just could never swing that 154. It's too much. Oh, but those horns though, it's so good. Where is that accessory pack? And this is the $20, so you get the horns with that as well. Horns, jacket, another head sculpt for $20. I don't know. Boss Fight does some shady stuff. They make some good figures. It's not always the most tight with it when it comes to the joints and articulation, but I appreciate what they do. Speaking of what they do, I think this is really cool. 5.5 Motu homage. Okay, so it's to fit in with Motu stuff. Well, that's interesting. You could use that to throw in with your He-Man display if you really wanted Hellboy He-Man crossover. If that figure was 7-inch scale, I'd be sold. Which one? The Hellboy? I don't think they have a 1/10 scale Hellboy. I think they're all either that 6-inch, like the 1,000 Toys is 1/12, and the Boss Fight is allegedly 1/12. And like I said, speaking of Boss Fight, so I've been wanting a Frankenstein figure. What's up, Maurice? Packrat 2K7. I don't know why I see people's names in other chats and then it's their actual YouTube handle in mine or other places. It's so weird what YouTube is doing. But I've wanted a Frankenstein figure for a long time, like a 1/12 scale Frankenstein figure. And I'm not talking about Boris Karloff. Oh, I'm talking about like kind of more closely related to the story and like how he's supposed to look, which is, you know, kind of like this. Apparently Frankenstein is very like attractive, but also grotesque. So you hate that you're looking at him and you're like, oh man, he's kind of beautiful, but in a dead way, which is, you know, kind of an interesting take. But that Mary Shelley wrote a fantastic book. I read it a long fucking time ago. I've not the whole thing. I've read bits and pieces. And then I also saw the Wishbone episode of Frankenstein. So, you know, that means you know everything. And I have not yet seen Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, but I'm really looking forward to it. And I think that this will be the 1/12 Frankenstein that I end up getting. Because I like this. I like this outfit. He's got a musket. He's got a rifle. But he also comes with this cloak. And I'm sure that this is Epic Hacks. This is 1/12, so he'll probably be a pretty tall figure. You know, he'll probably power over Conan and Red Sonja and all that other stuff. But I didn't realize these figures are 112. Yep, these are 112. Blame YouTube. They've been rolling out over the past couple years. Boss Fight recently released a smaller scale Hellboy figure. It's more along. Yeah, we just talked about that, Pack Rat. It's up for sorry, Maurice. See, it's still throwing me. Dan, I don't have time to watch movies. I literally started Fantastic Four and I turned it off. I was like, I'm too tired. I can't watch this right now. It's not keeping me awake. Look at the detail on this guy though. Like that's crazy. They're doing, like I said, they're doing some good things over Boss Fight. I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but we've got all this like decay and like cracks and rot and all that stuff. Looks really cool. I'm not a big fan of the super pale green color, but you can't win everything. It's still a good representation. Is it a date night movie? It probably is a date night movie. I'm gonna have to watch it with my girlfriend Dan, and that's the other thing. She wants to see it, so if I watch it without her, she'll be pissed at me. I'm not gonna do that to her. So she wants to watch Frankenstein. We're gonna watch it together. And then you can take the other overlay off. You can have him, and I'm sure you can even take this off, knowing knowing Boss Fight. I'm sure they're going to use this body in other places. No worries about the name. I respond to either. Okay, oh, good, Maurice, because I just see the chat and I read the name, and even if I know who someone is, it still throws me off. And then we got this guy. I don't know who this is. Oh God, yes, that's against lesbian law. Yeah, she'd be mad at me. She would be very mad at me if I was like, I just watched Frankenstein. She'd be like, you fucking bitch. I told you I wanted to fucking watch it. Now you're gonna be talking the whole movie. And I would be like, valid. We got this guy. It's just a robot, I suppose. But it is cool that he has these translucent pieces that you can click on and off. And that means the cool thing about this figure is you can take off all of that stuff and just have like a robot skeleton figure to articulate and all that stuff, which, you know, that's pretty cool. And then you can make him look that's kind of like a Megatron looking head. That looks like a twink Megatron, kind of. At least the head sculpt. I don't know, it's kind of cool. I think that's pretty dang cool. I'm not going to buy it, but there, of course, you have this, which you could just have a straight up robot. Now, if they made like a 3-pack of just this, that would be great for photography. You can have superheroes fighting it. You can have G.I. Joes fighting it, whatever. So this is pretty interesting. This Boss Fight is doing interesting things. Like I said, they make these bucks and then they plan on doing other things with them. Or you know what you could do? You could get a couple of really cheap green cloaks and green material, make some cloaks and tunics and have a bunch of Doombots. These could be Doombots. That looks like a Doombot head to me, kind of. Like if you put a green hood over it, like they're tempting me. I'm looking at these pictures and I'm like, oh, the wheels are turning in my brain. So yeah, Boss Fight, they're doing some sweet stuff here. I really like this Frankenstein. The crazy thing about it is though, all right, let's switch in between Toyark, because these are already up for pre-order, but I like to give Toyark a shout out because I always check them. If I need to find like pictures and toy news, I will check there first. I don't always find everything right away, but they get to it. What was I gonna look for? I'm confused. My brain just completely shut off. What was I looking for? Oh, fuck. Someone remind me. Because I just completely lost it. I'll get there. I'll get there. They've done Doombots. So they haven't done Doombots, but they did do a Doom head sculpt or a Doombot head sculpt that came with the Cabal 3-pack. Fuck, what was I looking up? Y'all should watch the Mary Shelley Drunk History is great. I love Drunk History. My brain will come back to it, I'm sure. What was the other thing that I was gonna wear? There we go. Dolph Lundgren action figure. If he dies, he dies. Who plays Mary? I forget. I think it's Jenny Slate, is she in that one? I don't know. I feel like she might be. The likeness is pretty good for Dolph Lundgren here. They have to have done, why did I start? Hiya Toys. They have to have done a Rocky. Don't get me wrong, Sylvester Stallone's a piece of shit, but no. They haven't done a Rocky. They've done, they have Apollo Creed up for pre-order, which is $115. They have Adonis Creed, so what, Michael B. Jordan's character, for $119.99. And then they don't have Rocky. They've got Dolph Lundgren, which is interesting. Why? Because they, it can't be about the likeness rights because they've done Rambo. They did a Rambo figure. So why of all of the characters to do in a Rocky line, you're not going to do Rocky first? That's just crazy to me. And rest in peace to God, I'm losing my fucking memory here. Grief Karga. Fuck. What's his name? Someone remind me, because I know his name and I'm going to be so embarrassed that I forgot it. But that was so sad when he passed away, because he had just started getting into directing and he directed a few episodes of Mandalorian that were actually really good. And I was like, oh, I'm glad that he's getting to do this part of something he's been wanting to do for a long time. And then he passed away and it sucked. I was like, damn, that really blows. Carl Weathers, thank you, Sneaky. My God. It's this thing. It's this fucking cursed THC pen that makes me forget things, I swear. Let's go back to this. But I can't believe they're doing all of these figures without having a Rocky Balboa. That's I love him in The Predator. Yes, that's one of his most iconic roles to me is Predator. I fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorites. I need to get some Predator super clips. The best scene in Predator, I've probably said this before. It doesn't have anything to do with the Predator. It's when they're in the jungle and they're going down at that rebel base and Arnold is just going ham and he fucking pulls out his machete and he throws it at this dude and he pins him to the wall and he goes, "Stick around." Like, what else is he gonna do? Walk away? He's stuck to a wall with a machete. I love the one-liners in Predator. But yeah, it's just a boxing dude. But at the same time, it's one of the most iconic boxing dudes of all time. It's Dolph Lundgren. He's hilarious in Arrested Development. He's acting coach for Tobias. I fucking love that shit. And that's really cool. You get part of the boxing ring. So that's pretty sick. And we've got his angry head. Does Apollo come with part of the boxing ring? Okay, he does. All right, so you get 4 of these figures. And you should have a whole boxing ring, probably. So they have to make Rocky at some point. Look how they put that head. It's just on a clear pedestal. That's weird. That's also weird how they did that there. But I like the Rocky movies. It sucks that Sylvester Stallone is a piece of shit. But I watched. So this is childhood core memory, going to Blockbuster and picking out movies and being like, can I get this movie? Can I watch this? And, being like 7 or 8 years old, I'm like, what's Rocky? Can we get Rocky? And they're like, I guess so. So I get Rocky. And next thing you know, I had to watch all the Rocky movies. It's like, we need to watch Rocky 2. We need to watch Rocky 3. We need to watch Rocky 4. Don't watch Rocky 4. I mean, Rocky 4 is fine. Don't watch Rocky 5. Rocky 4 is the one with Ivan Drago. Don't watch Rocky 5. That movie sucks. All right. Back to now we're going on to the stuff that I don't generally go over. I don't generally talk about. I don't even think about it because it's so expensive and so space taking and just, but I wanted to talk about it for the Spider-Man fan in me. I love that Dolph is an absolute genius. IRL. Yeah. Doesn't he have like a degree in like rocket engineering or something like that? Like something crazy. That Coca-Cola really has the carbonation, y'all. All right, so Hot Toys. They are going all in with the Spider-Man this last couple of days. If we get Clubber Lang with the piece of the ring, then all we need is Rocky to complete. Yeah, see, Was Clubber Lang, was that Mr. T's character? Was that Mr. T's character? It's been a while since I watched the Rocky movies. But we've got the Emissary of Hell, Spider-Man. Hot Toys. Leopardon. What if they did a Hot Toys Leopardon and it was like the same scale? That shit would be bigger than your garage. Dolph has either a master's or PhD chemistry from MIT. Yeah, he's much smarter than all of us. Well, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but then myself, for sure. But he's got his little wrist bracelet. And that's really the only distinguishing feature for this Japanese Spider-Man other than the look of the mask. And obviously he's got a giant fucking robot called Leopardon that he just summons and essentially does Power Ranger shit with. So Spider-Man was actually... Did Spider-Man come before Super Sentai? Let me see. Japanese Spider-Man premiere date 1978. All right, and let's see Super Sentai. Super Sentai premiere date. Okay, so it's 3 years after Super Sentai premiered, so they're kind of really close together in development. But that's interesting. So I believe what Stan Lee did was he was like, we need to get Spider-Man out there. So let's start licensing him off to other places where they can do whatever they want. We have to have approval, obviously, but they sold the rights to Japan to make a Japanese Spider-Man show. And Japan was just like, you've got lore? Well, buddy, this is Japan. We do our own shit here. And then they made him. So I believe the premise is a spider alien crashes. He's dying. He gives the Japanese Spider-Man character his powers, and with his powers comes this bracelet and a spaceship, and also Leopardon, which is the giant robot, which is called Leopardon, and he's a spider superhero. So why is it related to leopard? I don't know. It's Japanese. It's Super Sentai shit. Doesn't have to make any sense. But I believe that is the premise of Japanese Spider-Man. And of course, he's also known for shooting a gun. So that's pretty interesting. That Rita Repulsa footage when she's like, yeah, after 1,000 years free. In the original show, she's just yawning. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Obviously, this is pretty posable for a Hot Toys figure. I have no experience with them, but it looks like he's got toe articulation. Toe articulation on a Hot Toys Spider-Man. That is pretty interesting. And he's got his little rope web thingy, which he does not shoot like this. He shoots like this from between his fingers, it looks like. It's basically the Green Lantern origin. Essentially, CJ, it is just like the Green Lantern origin, but with Spider-Man. And he comes with this stand, which obviously says Spider-Man in Japanese. Is it kanji? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm not that smart. But I found my fucking glasses. I can actually see what's on my screen. Y'all don't understand. Like, I can't read any of the chat box. I have to be like, ugh. So finding these, you know where they were. So I was like, I swear if I look behind my nightstand, they're going to be here. Because the last place I had them was on my nightstand. And of course, they were on the nightstand, wedged between the wall. I was like, oh, thank goodness. Now I can do my gaming streams and actually see, etc., etc. And the bracelet here, his little bracelet, it opens up. They do have a shot of it opening up. So where is that? There we go. I have shitty eyes. You know, I've had shitty eyes since I was born, apparently. And it's crazy how big a difference there is when I put my glasses on versus when I don't have my glasses on. Honestly, for being a Hot Toys, I would think that those buttons would be more detailed and not just painted on there. But you get the look. They're in your hair the whole time. Where are my glasses? I can't see anything without my glasses. Jinkies. We're nerds to Lily. If we need our glasses to see, we're freaking nerds. And here's everything that he comes with. Couple of webs, stand, hands, spider bracelet, and that's it. That's it. That's all you get. But if you're a fan of Japanese Spider-Man, now is the time to eat because you got the Marvel Legends version. You got the SHF version. You got the Hot Toys version. So you've got 3 of them. You're a nerd too, Dan. Nerd. And then now this one is slightly more. Matt with 2 T's, what is going on? We're just talking about Hot Toys for once, because the Spider-Man fan in me likes to talk about Spider-Man. So here we are looking at the 1977, right? Yeah, 77 Spider-Man. So that means that these shows were only a year apart. So they're both technically 70 Spider-Man. The Japanese one and the American CBS version one. 6 months. Matt with 2 T's. Well, he became a member 6 months ago, but there's another thing that my channel does now. When we get super chats and memberships and all that stuff, it pops up on my screen. So if you're at all like, what is the word? Vibing to that, then feel free to contribute to the sounds. What was the word? What is the word I'm actually looking for? Stimming. That's what I was looking for. For being a member for 6 months, you know what you get? Let me see. Well,
oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. CJ is also a nerd, apparently. All right, back to the task at hand, which is talking about this figure. 1977, Nicholas Hammond, Spider-Man from the TV show. He's got a belt that has his face on it. What kind of ego do you have a belt with your face on it? I understand Deadpool doing that because that's Deadpool, but come on, Spider-Man, really? You're gonna put your face on your crotch? All right. And then of course he's got his web shooter bracelet, which so those are his web cartridges, I believe. Don't know why the belt is brown. But he's got a big old chunky web shooter, and his webs are actually ropes. Shoots ropes. Phrasing. Spider-Man out here shooting ropes, y'all. Phrasing. Sorry. And he also comes with the actual TV show inspired lenses, which have the little holes in them, which I feel like that would be even harder to see through than just having like a sunglasses lens or something, because you got a bunch of little holes you got to look through to make one image. That does not seem useful. The Spider-Man also doesn't save a person falling. Damn. What's up, Stu? Welcome. Because he has to run down the stairs. Yeah, he uses a lot of stairs in this show, but he can crawl on walls. Yeah, look at that. Toe hinges on a Hot Toys figure. It's good to see you, Stu. So, you know, there's some cool stuff here. I will never, ever buy a Hot Toys. We used to call them soup strainer eyes. Did you watch the show, Maurice? Have you ever seen it? I've never seen it. I've seen, you know, bits and pieces. I've seen some of the memes, but I've never actually seen the show. It's not a bad suit for the time, especially. It is not a bad suit. It looks pretty good. There's his rope, shooting ropes, but this rope actually has a web at the end, so that's a nice touch. Stand, much like the logo, says Spider-Man in different colors, so that's pretty cool. CJ's seen it. It's crazy that in the 70s we had Spider-Man TV show, live action TV show. You know, you think of Spider-Man live action, you think of Tobey Maguire obviously first, and then you think of Tom Holland. But to be fair, Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man. I'm super excited Spider-Man for Brand New Day. I think that's gonna be a great movie. I hope the trailer drops soon. Imagine Mark Hamill did this instead of Star Wars, speaking of 77. Yeah, the world would be a very different place. Nicholas Hammond as Luke Skywalker and Mark Hamill as CBS Spider-Man. Yeah, there is a Marvel Legends figure of the Spider-Man. There's also an SH Figure Arts version. Oh, no, not of this one. Yeah, they just announced that, didn't they? That just came out. So you got 2 versions of that figure. Let's see. We'll bring that up. There he is. He's in stock. Oh no, that's the Japanese one. What are you doing to me? This is the one. This one right here. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man too. Yeah, this guy was a Walmart exclusive, I believe. Look, he's got his face on his belt too. Obviously, not as detailed as this guy, but the 1/12 Marvel Legends scale. If you want Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man, there he is. You can get him for $45 apparently. But I don't hate these. I don't hate these. I just know nothing about them. I think a live action Doctor Strange. Well, so the thing about the live action Doctor Strange is it was initially supposed to be a straight up Doctor Strange movie. But for some reason, they lost the rights in between filming and writing the script and all that stuff. So they had to dub over a lot of stuff and change the name of the show. And I think they changed it to something else because it was not Dr. Stephen Strange in that 70s movie. It was somebody else. What is up, Rolando? How's it going? How is it going, Rolando? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the rundown. Oh, he also comes with a camera. Damn, I'm gonna die from that. We got the soup bowl or soup spoon lenses in the camera. Dr. Mordred. Yep, see, CJ knows. They named him Dr. Mordred. It was indeed a TV movie. And if you want to get really deep in there, you know, the Incredible Hulk TV show with Lou Ferrigno from the 70s, they actually had Thor and Daredevil in one of the made-for-TV Hulk movies. I believe the Death of Hulk or the Trial of Hulk or something like that. They had Daredevil and Matt Murdock in it. And then another one, they had Thor looking very Viking-esque. Not so much very comic booky at all. But he was in there. Marvel was doing stuff back in the day. Spider fingers. Yeah, those are great. Those are great wall crawling hands. With Jeffrey Combs. Probably, Stu. You would know better than me. I truly don't. I'm just pulling all this memory out of my ass, essentially. And here's all the accessories come with. He does indeed come with the camera. He's got the belt, which you can take off or put on. The web shooter you can take off or put on. So if you wanted like a just classic Spider-Man and you don't have one, you could honestly probably get this guy and just have him with silver lenses and take the web shooter and the belt off and have a Hot Toy Spider-Man. If you really wanted to go that route. And I think it's very cool that that people who want these figures are able to get them. Will I ever buy them? Absolutely not, because Hot Toys is a big old no-no for me. My girlfriend was like, I was gonna get you the Clone Wars Ahsoka Hot Toys for Christmas. And I was like, well, I'm glad you didn't. Because I don't want to open that can of worms. I would be very mad at you. And I'd be like, if I have Ahsoka, I have to get Anakin, Obi-Wan, etc., etc. That's how my brain works. So let's not do that. Let's not get into Hot Toys. So I'll stick with 1/12. And even that at this point is just pushing it as far as the budget and fitting things in there. All right, we got about 10 minutes left. Is there anything else new that I missed from the last couple weeks? I don't think so. Oh, I didn't see this. Again, pulling that from memory without checking. Thor did have a furry vest. He did have a furry vest. Is that that's it? That's the preview that we get. Honestly, he looks kind of fat. I haven't seen Predator Badlands yet, but he looks kind of way wider than Deck looks from all the promo shots, because he's kind of like a slim, tall. What's up, Why Keep the Box? How are you? Welcome, welcome. We're just looking at toy news and talking about it, essentially. I don't think this looks too great. He's still got pins, too. So obviously, they've been updating. They've been doing pinless stuff. But when I see something with pins, it's like, okay, what are you reusing these limbs from? Because you could just have these limbs and just put overlays on them and make as many Predators as you want without doing a whole bunch of extra work. Like this piece of shit right here. Just keep reusing pinless limbs. When you're doing something that's like hot off the presses, brand new franchise, people are excited for the movie, they really want to see it, don't you think you should put in the effort to make it the best version of a figure that you can make? I mean, at least he's got double jointed knees. I don't know if the elbows are double jointed. But I don't know. I don't think this is that great. I really don't think this is that great. And then you get to, and this is why people collect Hot Toys, like this is why people collect them. we did talk about this before, but I only briefly touched on it in my toy news video, so I guess we can go over this. Now, this is what I'm talking about. He looks way more slim than Thor was in Gita Furry. This looks way more slim than the NECA one. Obviously, he's thick, he's a big boy, but he just kind of looked kind of chubby to me. And apparently they've got like not silicone, but they've got a different type of skin texture for him, which is interesting because silicone will wear out. It's NACA. They've been reusing the same RoboCop mode from the 90s, 2000s. NACA. That's crazy. I don't collect hot toys. Neither do I, Michael. Neither do I. But we've been really slow on the 1/12 news the last week or so. There was some stuff last week and a couple of cool things, but they've been the toy presses have been quiet. Is it because he's the runt? I think he's younger, and yeah, he's not. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know. But I'm based on what I've seen from trailers and stuff. I think that he's trying to prove himself because he doesn't seem as worthy by his clan. So I think that's why he's going on this planet and doing that. So obviously he's like the runt, this guy's not worth anything. So he's trying to prove himself as a younger Yautja, however they say it. But this guy looks fantastic. Although seeing it with, I saw a picture that someone took of like a promo display or whatever, prototype, whatever. And so this part right here is interchangeable, and you can see the seam there, but apparently the seam was a lot more visible. Predator Badlands is my favorite movie of this year. I really want to see it. I'm not gonna get the chance to see it in theaters, unfortunately. That's just the way it's been. Now when Secret Wars and Doomsday come out, I have to go to theaters for those. Like those I will be there, but it's so hard to make time and have the extra money to go. Yo, that mouth is looking a little sus right there. I don't know about that. I have to censor that or YouTube may get mad at me. But we got Deck right here, and then I don't know if it's separate from I just bought a Predator film DVD set today. Hell yeah. Get to the chopper! Do it now! Ah! By the way, if you just popped in, you're just watching and you haven't smashed the like button yet, pretty please do that for me. Smash the like, let YouTube know that you appreciate what I'm doing, so they push my shit into the algorithm. Shouldn't say push my shit in. Sorry. Push my videos into the algorithm is what I was trying to say. So I guess you can get them, you can get it separate, or you can get a deluxe probably that comes with Thea is her name, which is Elle Fanning's character, who is a Wayland Yutani synth. No spoilers there. It was in the trailers. Are you going to see Spider-Man Brand New Day? Absolutely. Any Spider-Man movie I will go see in theaters. Badlands was firmly in the sci-fi realm, not really much horror. And that's the thing, you know, that's the thing about Alien that's different from Predator is like Predator, I wouldn't call the first Predator movie horror. I would call it action. I would call it sci-fi action. It's a straight up 80s action movie, just with a sci-fi influence, a little sci-fi twist. Same with Predator 2. Yeah, there's blood and gore, but it's not really scary. It's just gory. And then Alien is more of like the horror thing. So bringing Predator to different genres and settings is kind of its thing. The first one was like a war movie set in the jungle. The second one was a noir detective movie set in New York City in the dead of summer with some stanky heat happening. And then, you know, we get to Predators. Is that what it was? And that's just kind of emulating the first movie, which is do better. I like Predators. It's definitely better than The Predator. And then you get to The Predator, and that movie just sucked. We're hunting autism because it's, I mean, I'm not hating on autistic people, but it's just a weird plot point to have. They're like, that's the next evolution, which is fine. You know, autistic people are very smart, and I understand that. But to make it that the plot point of the movie is that's why the predators are hunting this little kid, it's like, that's so dumb. Why him specifically? Why not everybody essentially, because everyone's a little autistic. Everyone's a little on the spectrum, especially if you're a toy collector. You got that little OCD. I need all the characters, and you know, that's not to minimize anyone or anything. I'm just saying we all have our issues, you know. So that movie's pretty bad. And then we get to Prey, which was really good. Fantastic movie. I love Prey. That's like a period piece. That's where I was going with this. So you haven't really had any horror Predator movie except for maybe AVP, but even that was more of an action movie. It's PG-13, you know. They're all fun movies, but they're not all good movies. Yeah, I can agree with that. Please stop trying to put kids as the focal point. Yeah, we don't need that in a franchise like Predator. There's a whole, you know, once Stranger Things came out, everyone wanted to do the whole Goonies type of vibe thing again. And while it works sometimes, like Skeleton Crew does a fantastic job with that, it's not always what we need, you know? You down with the OCD? Yeah, you know me. Oh yeah. That's how we all be putting our collections together. I need that one, and then I need that one, and then I need that one. That's a really good likeness to Elle Fanning. That's really cool. They did a good job with that. But yeah, there's a reason I won't collect Hot Toys, because they're fucking expensive. But they look great. That's what I'm taking away from that here. All right, let me boop boop boop. It's just me. It's me, Jessica. Sorry, I don't want to do a Rob Schneider reference because that dude sucks, but that movie was fucking funny. Certain franchises, it doesn't work. Yeah, Predator's more, let's have some combat in, you haven't seen Stranger Things? Ooh. So, full disclosure here. The first season I watched Stranger Things, I was tripping balls on some Lucy. I had variably heard of it, and we were browsing through Netflix after we were sitting on my porch for a few hours. And I saw the trailer for Stranger Things, and I saw the Demogorgon, and I was like, yo, that's kind of scary. What is this? And then I saw they were playing D&D when I started it, and I was really into it. But the whole time I was just tripping nuts. I was like, you know how you see those like patterns and codes and stuff? I was like reading so much into the show. I was like, what if this is real? What if and I was like, did Stephen King make this? I was just going all over the place with my thoughts. But I binge watched the entire first season of Stranger Things, tripping. And it was a good experience. I really, and obviously I went back and watched it. Not that way. Still a good show. Not as good as the first time I watched it. But Stranger Things is pretty good. It has its moments. It's got oh man, every time they kill somebody off, I do cry, especially with Eddie. Whoa, fuck. What's wrong with me? Spoilers. You just said you haven't seen it. Most people have seen it. But there's a lot of good stuff in Stranger Things. It's got horror, it's got comedy, it's got, you know, the Goonies vibe. I know the whole friend rhyme thing they do. Boys are cheats and liars. I watched Hot Chick recently. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Rob Schneider is a Karen. Justice for Barb, Stu. Justice for Barb. But yeah, Stranger Things. I'm excited for season 5. I think it'll be good. I'm hoping they don't kill off a certain character. It'll be such a like a lame move for them to be like, oh yeah, let's kill off the character that everyone fell in love with after the first season and just had a complete turnaround as far as character development. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's let everyone survive and have a happy ending, and just let the main bad guy be the one that eats it. You know, like let's do that for once. But you never know with shows like that. Regardless, we hit the hour. Covered some toy news. It was really not a heavy toy news week, unfortunately, but I think it was still a pretty groovy stream.
Groovy.
Little Bruce Campbell. Whoa, there it is. Okay. Little Bruce Campbell rep for you there. But I appreciate everyone tuning in. New subscribers, old subscribers alike, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for smashing the like button, obviously. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Hopefully next week there's more to talk about. I try to, I could talk about politics all fucking day. I could talk about what's going on, all the crazy shit that's happening. But I try to save that for my members only streams, and I try to keep the rundown, specifically toy news, movie news, that kind of stuff, just run down the list and be like, this, bang, 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 here's my opinion, because everybody wants to know Rowdy's opinion, right? Sinners prequel, ooh, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I try to keep this toyetic, keep it all in the channel for everyone, because, you know, the members only, people pay to hear my opinions, and at that point, if you're paying to hear my opinions, you probably know how I feel. So, you know, it's always an option. You can pay 99 cents, see those members only chats. They're not always specifically toy related. And I call it Rowdy Rants for a reason, because I go on rants, I go on tangents, I go off. But regardless, smash like, hit subscribe. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all you. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ community. If you're protesting, be safe. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.
My safe word will be whiskey.
Sorry, Rod, what was that?
Whiskey.
Your friend's wasted, Anakin.
Check this out!
Pork chop sandwiches.
Freaking pump! I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day!
Oh, man, he hit his ass with a porky toe, man. Nice.
God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me?
No matter what you do, I will be proud of you, even if you receive a liberal arts degree. Baby time. It's baby time. Wait, I wasn't finished.
All right, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
You know my dad?
Oh,
G.I. Joe! What the fuck? No. This is my hat now. This is totally my hat.